Welcome to this week's 5 Minutes of Revelation, and today in those 5 minutes I want to encourage you with a great verse in Psalms 46, and that's verse 10. And that's a verse I keep coming back to, and every time I come back to it, it's like a new revelation. It gives me an impulse in the right direction again. It changes my view, and it gives me peace on the inside, and that's exactly what it will do to you today as well. And here it says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth." And this is what God is saying to you right now. In all your circumstances, and all the stress, and all the trouble, and everything going on around you, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted above all your circumstances. I will be exalted above everything going on in your life. And when you're on my path, you will be exalted along with me. That's what it means. When God is exalted and you're with Him, then you are exalted. That means you overcome your problem. That means you overcome whatever is facing you. You overcome whatever problem you might have in whatever area of your life. You will overcome it. If you're on God's path, if you're with Him, then you can be still and know who your God is. That means you are not created to deal with stress, to deal with fear, to deal with distress, to deal with these circumstances. You were not created to live in fear, to live in stress or distress. That's why it's so uncomfortable, because you were not created to deal with it. God can deal with it, and He should deal with it, because He's the only one that can change all these circumstances, all this trouble, all this fear, all this anxiety. He can change it into blessing. He's the only one that can do it, and that's why you should let Him deal with it. And that's why you need to be still and relax and realize who your God is. Now, of course, you should also check whether you're on the right path right here and right now. Come before God and ask Him, "Hey God, is this the path that I should be going?" And if He tells you on your heart, and you know on your heart that you're not on the right track, then just change your direction and step over on God's track. It doesn't need 5 hours of praying to do that. It doesn't need you repenting all day long. It just needs you to realize, I'm not on the right track, and say, "God, I'm changing to your track. I'm listening to your voice. I'm going your path." And when you're on His path, you will be exalted along with God. He is now the one that has to take care of blessing you. He's now the one that has to take care of giving you peace, of giving you all good things. And now He's the one that can finally give you all these good things and give you all these promises, because you chose to go His path. You chose to go with Him, and now He can bless you. And when you go with Him, now you can finally be still and know who your God is, because you're on His track. That means in all your circumstances, in whatever is going on around you, whatever is happening in your life, God will be exalted. That means you will be exalted. You will overcome. Just stay in peace, keep your sight on God, and keep taking your step by step of faith. See, that's all you need to do. When you're on God's track, all you need to do is hear from God and take a step of faith. Hear from God and take a step of faith. Right here and right now, take your step of faith. Next minute, next hour, next day, hear from God, take your step of faith. That's all it takes. It doesn't take you to figure out all these big mysteries. It doesn't take you to figure out how you're going to solve your problem. Just take the step of faith, and God will solve it for you. He will dissolve the problem and bless you through it, because you're on His track, and He will be exalted among the earth above every problem there is. And that's why this verse is so great. That's why it gives me peace every time I come to it. That's why it gives me a new direction every time I come to it. Because every time I come to it, I find that there's some area in my life where I'm trying to figure it out in my own ability, and I cannot do that. That's why I go to this verse, I read, "Be still and know that I am your God." So I can calm down. I can change my vision. I can look to God. I know He is the one taking care of my problem, and then I can take my step of faith. I can keep walking forward, keep walking towards my blessing, overcoming that problem, and being in peace the whole time. That's what God wants for you, and that's what I want for you, and that's why God told me to share this verse with you today. So take your step of faith, hear from God, and get rid of all the fear, get rid of all the trouble, get rid of all the distress in your life. Yes, the devil will try to attack you with fear. He will try to put distress on you. Just don't take any. Look to God and realize that He will be exalted. Take that with you. Be blessed by that. Don't forget to read your chapter a day. And I will see you again next week.